Today, from Seattle, Washington, it's Week 3 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks taking on Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals.
Well, no trip to the Northwest would be complete without a little rain, and we've got a lot of rain falling right now at Lumen Field in downtown Seattle. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Arizona Cardinals and the Seattle Seahawks. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. They will be led out by the Heisman Trophy winner from 2018, drafted #1 overall the subsequent year, Kyler Murray.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown pass.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets, and bottom line, how do they get a win?
Second and 11 at the 20.
On second and 11 now. Murray. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
It's a gain of 25 yards. First down, Arizona.
From the gun, Murray. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins.
Murray's pass.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. Second and 3.
Second and 3 at the 45-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's Murray. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Christian Kirk, the man he was looking for, and it's third and short.
It's third down.
Murray to air it out again, and that is incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Seattle's first go on offense forthcoming, and under center, of course, Russell Wilson.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty of... He wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, first and 10 at their own 16. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. Solid way to start the drive, 13 yards, picking up the first.
And 10 at the 29-yard line.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. He'll buy some time right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Metcalf once again the target, and that'll bring up second down. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. Rolling to his left. Going for Metcalf, and this will be caught at the 30. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line.
Not sure much more could have been done there defensively. Went up with him, tried to knock it away, tried to get an arm in, unsuccessfully.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down, escaping the pressure right. And this is caught at the 8. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
On second down, it's Carson. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
1 yard on the play. It's now 3rd and goal.
Here's Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Myers' kick is good. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead.
3, Cardinals nothing.
Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25.
So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
At the 26.
For Williams, there are the numbers from a week ago. 3 catches, 51 yards.
And they think they have a matchup advantage in this one. They're going to try and find some space for him to work and make sure he touches the football.
The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
It's 3rd down.
Now Murray.
And 9.
He'll set up the screen to Drake. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether it's seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
2nd quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. From the gun, it's Wilson. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Throwing is Murray on third down. And he's got his man, Hilton. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains.
First down.
On first down, Drake. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
46-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7.
Murray going to run play action with Drake and look to throw it. Caught left side by Hilton. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Third down.
Shotgun now from Murray. And that is incomplete. Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Arizona. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. So here are the Seahawks ready to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Carson, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
23-yard line.
Play action. It's Wilson. They'll roll him out right, and now he's going to use his legs. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. Here's Wilson to throw. Being chased out left. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And this is recovered by the Cardinals. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe... when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find a good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
From the 38, Murray. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Just what Seattle was hoping for. The coverage holds, and now 4th down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
And he's going to miss this one. That is no good. Well outside the left upright, and this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. That's caught inside the 20. A big play that time for the Seahawks. 41 yards. But one thing's for sure, they're going to have to come up with something at halftime because he is absolutely roasting them right now.
They're going to go through the whole litany of things, changing coverages, what are we going to do to put a man on him? The big thing to me is treat it like a good pitcher treats pitching a game. Change your timing, change your location. So sometimes you're up on him, sometimes you're back. Just change up the looks that he sees and make him just a little bit more hesitant.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Will Dissly, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks add on to their lead.
3 weeks, 3 touchdowns. It's obvious they've looked his way early and often in the red zone this year, and that's usually a pretty good place to find a tight end in the NFL.
know it's supposed to be awkward. If you know, you know. That's the reason we ball for. Circle round.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown.
Jason Myers to kick off for us.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And now the clock reads precisely 1 minute to go in the half. You want to run the 1-minute offense? This is a good test right here.
It certainly is, and definitely not a time to think about kneeling and going into the half. This is a chance to attack a little bit, but not having to get everything in one shot either. 10 yards here, 15 there. Work the sidelines, work the clock. Give yourself a chance for at least a field goal going into the half.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Operating from the gun, Murray. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete.
Kenyon Drake.
3 yards the gain there, second down.
3-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up second and
now Murray again. Open man is Kirk, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
The passer, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Incomplete. Brings up second and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Back to the air on second down. It's Murray. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on third down. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now fourth down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? Third down. They just said, we've got faith in our tackle. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
So he gets a shot at atoning for the earlier miss here in the first half and able to knock it through.
And what a relief for him, don't you think? Because how many games have we done where kickers missed one early and never gotten a chance to atone for it the rest of the game? That's a lot to carry around.
DK Metcalf of the Seattle offense about set to take over once again. Making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but his shredding defense is getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all 11 on defense. Able to stop this guy, unable to do it on that play. They've got to find a way. How about his ability to break through and gain that yardage?
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. They go play action now. Wilson sliding out of the pocket. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf. And now it's second down.
It's now second and 10.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. They go play action with Wilson. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Rashaan Evans, the linebacker, recording the sack there. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Time to give you folks at home a look around the NFL on this first official weekend of fall. So let's get to it. We'll get started out at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. And it's the 49ers who are out in front with that game closing in on halftime. Deebo Samuel, a touchdown reception. Let's stay in the AFC West as we check on the Broncos at home in Denver. And they trail in that one as it's the visiting Jags who are out in front. D.D. Westbrook, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get to Philadelphia. Check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And it was the visiting L.A. Rams who get the victory in that one. 24-8, the final score. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Well, Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson dancing to his left. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Well, they've done a good job on these receivers. Pretty much held them in check. They're a little too close for comfort.
And you're always looking for a play to get you going, right? You're looking for someone to make one. But maybe this penalty, this pass interference call, that can help shake them loose.
On the move to his left. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
And 7.
Steps away. Going to throw deep for the end zone. Now they're staring at a 4th down as Arizona's defense does its job.
What a savvy read by the running back. He saw his quarterback was out of the pocket in a little bit of trouble. He just broke off his route and took off deep downfield. Thought for a second there they had him, but they were unable to connect for a big play.
No good.
The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half. Their defense just came up with a stop right out of the locker room, and now can the offense take advantage?
Yeah, we don't want to turn this into something that it's not. It's only a 1-score game, so it's not exactly a crucial possession, but at the
7 yards, the pickup there.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Running for the shotgun with Drake. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
From the gun, Murray. And he'll go underneath here to Drake. And he is going to have a Cardinals 1st down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2. On first down, Drake. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 46-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Murray. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Jamal Adams on the safety blitz. Too fast to handle.
And on 3rd and 3, they decided to go with a dime package. 6 DBs.
Yeah, you're right. They've got 6 out there. From the gun, Murray. And a loose football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our...
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And all the way down to the 9. It's a big play there for Seattle. 57 yards. Play action. Now Wilson out to his left. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
3.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. He's going to take off with it. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the 1st down. I've got to give it to him on that.
Oh, no, he lost the football. But I think a Cardinal was able to gain possession, yes, so they will hold on to the ball. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the 2nd half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close.
And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Kenyon Drake, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Hey, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, wherever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Now whistles, and we've got a man down. A man down here following the kickoff. Well, He gets attended to. We'll step aside. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. Will Dissly, the intended receiver, and it's second down.
I'm looking at this with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble.
The pass. A fumble on the play.
Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Rolling to his left. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Receiver. 8-yard line.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
From just shy of midfield, Murray. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
A gain of 11 on the play.
11 yards there, first down. Murray a give. This is Drake. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
Kenyon Drake on the handoff.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports.
2nd and 5.
So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll try the jet sweep with Kirk. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. Touchdown, Cardinals.
Touchdown, Arizona.
Christian Kirk, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals have taken the lead.
Hey, that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock, and I'm thinking, there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now, on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced the 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But, boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
So Wilson and the Seahawks trailing 17-10, a minute 50 to play. Their perfect start to the season in jeopardy unless they can score here as they've got it 1st and 10. Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And they finally put an end to this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. We'll check on his status when we get back. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Murray's going to yield to Drake on the option. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 18 on that one, and the Cardinals have a 1st down.
On the tackle. A gain of 18 on the play. 1st down, Arizona. They'll
run with Drake. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. On 1st and goal, Drake. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. And they will take a knee here. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? Down to a knee goes Murray as that will just about wrap this thing up. So with that knee, 3 weeks in the books, and they creep above 500 now at 2-1.
You know, I played with a guy once after taking a knee at the end of the game, and he came in and grabbed the equipment manager and said, make sure you watch that spot, special, because I just took a knee for a win. That tells you how much guys enjoy that, because getting a win, no one takes it for granted.
Today's final score.
A great come-from-behind victory in this one, Charles, and really the difference, obviously, was that 4th quarter. They dominated.
And it has to start with believing that you can make that comeback. Because we've been in games before. We've done games where you just look at one team and realize they have no chance of making it back. Not in the one we just saw here. They did it, and they did it well.
So for the Cards, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, for Seattle, they too will exit with a 2-1 record. And they'll get a home date next week against the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm Brandon Gunn. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.